welcome back to the Embrace the Journey podcast. My name is Ian Nuttage, and I'm your host today. If you are returning, thank you. I, I hope you're enjoying the podcast so far, and I hope you pulled a lot of information and value from my previous podcast. And if you are new, welcome. Go check out my other podcast. This is your hub to come get all of your fat loss secrets, fitness secrets, any tips, mindset, everything you need to be successful on your weight loss journey, or if you're trying to build muscle too. Okay, I go over both. But today, I was thinking about this topic for a while, and I really, like the past like week, I was thinking like, who is successful in my coaching program? Like, when I get a client in, who's always the most successful? And I wrote down three traits that really just each person that has either I've had people lose 100 pounds, I've had people lose 10 pounds or the last 10 pounds, I've had people do bodybuilding shows, I've had people run a 5K or a 10K or a half marathon. I've had people accomplish a lot of things they never thought they would have ever gotten into or lose that weight that they wanted. And I was like, okay, what's the difference between someone who is successful and what are the traits they have versus someone who is not? And the great thing about these three traits I'm going to go over is anybody can have them. Like you can develop them. It's not a trait where it's like you just are born lucky. It's just three traits that everyone develops, or maybe they already have somewhat of it developed before joining the program and it really flourishes in my program, or they develop over time in the program. So, trait number one, this right here, I think is the most important, and it's just really important. But trusting the process, trusting the plan. And not only in just my coaching program, but if you create your own plan, you follow it and you trust it. You don't try to hop around program to program, diet to diet, change foods, change things. No, you stick to one thing and you go, you know what? I know I'm going to see results. I just have to trust it. And instead of second guessing yourself every weekend, every day, the scale might go up a pound and then drops 2 pounds and it's all over the place. Instead of being so like unsure of what you're doing and you kind of just build that confidence and self-belief of like, okay, I'm going to trust this, like I believe it's going to work, you're going to be more likely to be successful. And everyone in my program who has just genuinely trusted the process, the results come. Like I tell them, hey, this is what's going to happen. You just have to trust it. And when they do and that the results come, then they can start seeing the future. Like, oh, once I go through these phases or do this, like this is what's going to happen to my body. So then they can start setting realistic goals. Okay. So that's number one. Now, number two. This is the second one is really important as well, but they prioritize consistency over perfection. Time and time again, I talk to a lot of people who they always binge on the weekends or they have one bad day and it turns into bad weeks or months or they just give up completely. And whenever I coach someone, none of them are perfect. Like all the habits you have before joining my program or any other program, you're still going to struggle with them and you're going to develop them over time and get a little bit better at controlling them, but you are not going to be perfect. So just because you can't be perfect with a diet or a program doesn't mean you should give up or not start it. And I see a lot of people like, oh, I need to wait or I need to do this and wait till the time's perfect so then I can really be perfect with this diet. And I'm like, that's not that's not realistic. It's all about being consistent. So you could start it now. Let's say you're consistent this week for 3 days or 4 days, and then you don't do too good on the weekend. Well, that's a baseline. That's what we're going to build off of. All right, now next week let's do 5 days. Now the days that you really messed up, let's just mitigate some of the mess up. And we start building a little bit of consistency with hitting macros or getting workouts in or doing cardio. And you start with baby steps. You don't just start a program and expect to be perfect. When you start to expect to be perfect, you've already lost because you're not going to be perfect. Time and time again in the past, you've already proven to yourself you can't be perfect, but you can develop some base habits to be more consistent than inconsistent. And the people who are the most successful are the people who don't allow a one night binge or a 1 day issue turn into a week's or months issue and you just give up completely. They allow it to be for that 24-hour period and then get back on track the next day. So for example, last night I had ice cream. I totally went off my meal plan, and could I feel bad about it? Sure, but I'm choosing not to because today I'm back on my meal plan. I'm back on hitting my macros. I'm back on tracking. And I have lost weight. I've been sticking to the plan. I deserved that ice cream. I wanted to have it. Um, and I have two choices today. Either A, I'd be really upset with myself that I wasn't perfect and I failed and whatever happened, or B, I forgive myself, I forget it, and I move on and I stay consistent this week. And I'm gonna choose option B because I'm gonna still see results going into this week when I'm consistent. So remember that. Now, the last one. This will be a quick podcast. It's just a little bit of a mindset one. Kind of ties everything together with one and two is they shift their identity. So when you start your weight loss journey, you have to understand you're going to become a new person. So new identity means new responsibilities. You going out to drink with friends every weekend, you might have to give that up and maybe do it once in a while now. And with that, you cause a lot of friction in your life. You're going to cause a lot of issues with maybe your normal habits you typically have with friends or socializing, you're going to have to limit those because you have to change some of those times of going out to going to the gym or meal prepping or do it or not going out because you can't go off of your meal plan. So you have to understand that with this weight loss journey, you become a new person. You cannot follow the same habits you have now or the same lifestyle because if you're not happy with how you look and where you're at right now, that's the sum of all of the habits and the lifestyle choices you've made up to this point. So when you choose to become a different person and you choose to have a new lifestyle and you want different results, well, guess what? You're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to have different responsibilities. So obtaining that new identity and focusing on, okay, what's the lifestyle I want to live? I want to live a lifestyle that's gonna eventually get me 100 pounds down, 150 pounds down, 50 pounds down, whatever it is, and you focus on the what are the habits that are necessary to get you there and you stay consistent and you stack those 1% wins every single week and then you just become a different person. That's how you're going to be successful. And those three traits right there are typically the people who I can get to lose 100 pounds, 50, 70, 60, 20, the last 10, whatever it is, or do a bodybuilding show. Like if you have those traits and you're willing to work on those traits, you're going to be so successful, but like if you don't, then you're just not going to. So, with that being said, I challenge you to focus on those three traits this week. I want you to be as consistent as possible. And I hope one, you're listening to this podcast while doing your cardio, or at least going for a walk, or doing something active, or meal prepping. But I challenge you to be consistent going into this week. Okay. I want you to focus on consistency, developing new habits, and then trusting the process. And if you do that and you stack the weeks, you're going to be really happy with the results 3 months, 4 months, 5 months from now, and really adopting that long term vision. So, hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. If you guys ever have any questions, comment down below, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Peace, everybody.